This is a story about the Michigan gubernatorial election of 2010. What makes this election unique is that it touched on, but never really examined, one of the biggest issues of our time: cyber warfare against the United States by the People's Republic of China. Michigan, known as the Great Lakes State, is ground zero in the devastation of the nation's industrial base. In the first 8 years of the decade, Michigan lost 315,000 jobs. Enter Rick Snyder, the Republican candidate for governor, who is a millionaire venture capitalist. Snyder made his money in high technology, especially nanotechnology. He likes to call himself one tough nerd. In 2000, Snyder, who has a venture capital firm called Ardesta, teamed with a bright University of Michigan electrical engineering professor named Clark Nguyen to form a company called Desera. It was focused on communications equipment using tiny nanotechnology parts called MIMS, micro-electromechanical systems. Nguyen's work on MIMS was largely funded by DARPA, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. Nguyen's work was so impressive, DARPA hired him to be their program manager for MIMS technology. MIMS components are critical to so-called smart bombs. Desera became a leader in the rapidly growing MIMS market. The Pentagon is a major customer of MIMS technology. In July of 2010, Desera put out a press release with the headline, "Desera establishes state-of-the-art applications center in Shenzhen." Snyder's company said the new office will feature engineers, equipment, and researchers. When Snyder's Democrat opponent for governor, Virg Bonero, made the new Desera operation in China a campaign issue, the business tycoon told reporters he didn't know about the Shenzhen state-of-the-art application center, which he now calls a 5-person sales office. No one asked if Desera's militarily significant technology may have found its way to China through design work. But there's a much bigger story here. Ardesta, Snyder's venture capital firm, is a major investor in another communications tech firm called NeoPhotonics. It's an optical network company at the forefront of the next generation of wireless communications. NeoPhotonics is a major supplier to Huawei and ZTE, two Chinese companies widely regarded as high-tech espionage fronts for the PLA, the People's Liberation Army of Communist China. U.S. Senators John Kyle and Susan Collins and Representative Sue Myrick, all Republicans, recently urged an investigation of a proposed deal in which Sprint Cellular would install equipment from Huawei and ZTE on next-generation cell phone towers across the United States. The Republicans were joined in the expression of concern by Senator Joe Lieberman, an independent. John Tasek Jr., the former chief of China intelligence at the State Department during the Clinton administration, calls Huawei a prototypical PLA protege firm. He goes on to say, "The People's Liberation Army has direct access to Huawei's training and technology infrastructure. The cyber war units trained in this environment are now among the world's experts." In a 2008 press release, Snyder-funded NeoPhotonics noted Huawei had given them the top award for product quality and customer support. In the spring of 2010, there was another NeoPhotonics press release proudly announcing it had achieved core partner status with Huawei. In an IPO stock offering filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission in April 2010, NeoPhotonics cited China's Huawei and ZTE as Tier 1 customers. Let's connect some dots. Rick Snyder, a staunch Republican free trader, runs for governor of Michigan. Rick Snyder, who has bragged about creating a few hundred jobs in Michigan while he poured millions of investment dollars into China, is a key financier behind NeoPhotonics. It is a major supplier of advanced communications technology to Huawei and ZTE, two companies regarded as espionage fronts for the Communist Chinese regime. Some Republican senators, in keeping with the GOP image as the party that defends national security, express alarm that Huawei and ZTE may install equipment on the U.S. cell phone grid which could be secretly programmed for spying. The Republican senators never mentioned that a fellow Republican, running for governor of Michigan, has been the money behind technology these companies may be trying to use to spy on the United States. Chinese cyber warfare, and who has enabled it, was never an issue in the Michigan governor's race. I'm Vince Wade.